Hi there guys, we're here with Ginge, who's just gone in top 8. Was it top 8 you finished in? Top 8 with Inzektors. Do you want to show us your deck profile?
Yeah, sure thing. So it's 41 cards main deck. Standard sort of 1 Giga Mantis, 1 Hornet, 3 Ladybug, 3 Centipede, and 1 Dragonfly. It's just sort of the standard Inzektor monster lineup.
Can't really run anything else.
Nothing really special.
Anyway.
2 card D, sort of just adds your consistency to the deck. Means you're not gonna, like, you can open quite bad, but then this just sort of fixes where you're going with the deck. 2 Veiler. I originally wasn't playing these until a friend told me to put them in, just because he thought I couldn't afford not to play them, and in the end they just saved me against some Dino Rabbit games and whatnot. So it was actually amazing that he told me to play those just 10 minutes before the
Who was that?
it was Kevin McCall. Yeah. 2 Tour Guide, just you can make Levier plays and it's good first turns and searches your Sangan, which is always just Sangan fishes for most things as well.
Yeah.
2 Trooper, just fins through the deck, can crash with Thunder King, draw cards, generally just adds consistency. 1 Tech Reaper, generally for the Dino Rabbit matchup because they kind of have a hard time getting over a Reaper. Just sort of sits there and laughs at them. And the 1 Reaper is really good for just poking, people don't want to overextend against Inzektor.
Yeah. And
then you can just play the Spirit Reaper and just poke out all their cards from hand, really. And 1 Dark Arm Dragon. You play much dark cards.
No BLS then?
No BLS.
Just the 2 lights.
I'm only playing 2 lights, so it seems rather inconsistent to be fair.
Yeah.
If you don't see those lights, it's just an entirely dead card.
Yeah.
I could have sided it, but I just chose not to, really.
Yeah.
Spells, Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, 2 MST, just your sort of staple cards, 2 Duality, again just for extra consistency, and you're not always going off.
That and a card's awfully nice.
Yeah, card D and Pot of Duality is just amazing first turn play. Foolish Burial, just to fish for Hornet or Ladybug, and 2 Sword. I think 3's too much. If you're playing 3 can just be so inconsistent. Even 2, I kept seeing them when I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
But if you can search them out and you can equip them to Ladybug and just Dragonfly and just go crazy, really.
Yeah.
And it also makes Centipede quite big. He beats over Thunder Kings and whatnot. Traps, 2 Warning. No Solemn Judgment, because you play slow at the start of the game and you take quite a bit of damage, and you play a lot of weak guys that if you don't go off, you're just gonna get hammered. And paying half your life points is just too much. It's too much. You're paying too much to get 1 card, when it's not really going to affect you that much in long term.
Zet Caliber usually stops them playing wanting to play the storm or anything anyway, so
there's no point really in playing it. It just seems quite bad. If you call off the Haunted, you just OTK fodder, and also if people playing MSTs and whatnot, you can just change the Sangan Card Trooper and plus off their MST. It's a really nice play. 2 Compulse, just takes care of the Dino Rabbit matchup. Is quite key in this. You just bounce one of their Dino Rabbited guys and the other one dies, or they force a Lance on it. So it's a quite good card. It also forces lag game negates because they'd rather have the 2/4 guy than not, essentially. 2 Threatening Roar.
Just the 2.
Just the 2. 3 seemed a bit much. I was siding 1 and I took it out at the last minute just because it didn't seem as relevant. Just siding a 1-off card.
Yeah.
It's just to stop you getting OTK'd, and you can just, if you can let a Centipede live a turn, you more or less win. If a Centipede stays on the board for more than a turn, you win.
Centipede, Ladybug, Hornet, you win.
Yeah, pretty much. And 2 Safe Zone. This is another card Kevin suggested to me. Actually amazing. I sat against Dino Rabbit with a Leviathan. It was just safe zoned and he had no outs. He just sat there.
I know you kind of killed me with that as well.
Yeah, safe zone's just an insane.
Double safe zone off my Megalo killing with 2 marksmen. It was a bit annoying.
Yeah, safe zone's amazing. Just being able to chain and just.
Very similar to Threatening Roar, the same idea.
The same idea is being it's chainable.
And it's got a second effect though. That's the bonus of it.
It's chainable and safe zone's so versatile. Again, protecting Centipede, it stays on the board, you win.
Yeah. Right, so look at extra.
Extra deck, pretty standard. 1 Gachi, just because the amount of times you run out of Centipedes and have to go into Ladybugs.
Yeah.
And once they're used, they just make a Gachi and it's quite hard for your opponent to get over.
Yeah.
2 Leviathan Dragon. When you make rank 3, you want to detach, to have something engraved to go off with. So being able to make a 2/5 guy that does that as well is also quite nice. Because you don't always have something engraved for Levier. like something balanced for
Levier.
Levier.
There's always someone that decides it's a good idea to bottomless the centipede or something along those lines.
Like round 3, I used normal summon centipede, it got bottomless. Then I crawled the hunt to my dragonfly back.
Yeah.
And then I made a Levier, and then I got the centipede back. I was like, cheers for that, you let me OTK you. One Zen mains, sort of differing from obviously the build up one the YCS played too. The amount of games I played, like he claims he needed to do Zen mains quite a lot. I've never seen a situation in all my testing, in all my playing of this deck, that I need to have this card. It's just, you play one, and that's it. If you make it at the right time, you shouldn't need a second one.
From what you've looked at his build, what's the extra card in the deck for it? The extra deck for it? What have you included that he hasn't?
I included a full-on Pavel Operative.
Right.
I don't know why he wasn't playing this card. I think he thought Zen mains was probably a bit of a better choice, but overall I think when you need to make it, you make it, and you can win off it. I just think it's too good not to play. I genuinely don't see why he didn't play it. 110 Tempo, obviously this card's insane. It just wrecks things like Acid Golem and whatnot.
And Zen mains.
And Zen mains, yeah. 1 Brilliant.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same idea as Leviathan, except everyone just boosts everything.
Goes for the FTK.
More or less.
Or OTK, I should say.
1 Acid Golem. I actually hate this card, but I have to play it because there's some things you can't get over, but I genuinely just...
And then there is that matchup that will side into skill drains against you.
Yeah, there's always... When they side into skill drains, you make Acid Golem, you laugh. But there's been games where I've just made it and hit Reaper and cried.
Yeah.
And it's just been like, I hate Acid Golem because I now lose. 1 main stroke, again, just generic rank 4. Like, you don't make rank 4 often, but when you do, it has to be something relevant. The same idea with Utopia. I don't think I made Utopia all day, or Maystroke to be fair, but I really need to. 1 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja.
Yep.
He's an amazing card. Being able
really
to
good.
just survive a couple of turns. I didn't make him all day, but in my testing, I made him like so many games. It was insane. And Mermail have quite a struggle with this, in that they try and push past it and it just lives. It gives you those extra turns that you need to just build up your advantage again. 1 Terrace. Not much I can say about Terrace and Adrius, they're just sort of removal cards. Adrius is very good, just gets rid of problem things. And 1 Wind Up Zen Mayo, kind of like an extra storm, more or less. That's all I can say.
If you know they've not got road, then it's safe.
Yeah, it's safe. Or you can just pop one of your own back row. Like, you could target a Call of the Haunted in their opponent's back row, chain the Call of the Haunted, and... So it's quite nice. Side deck?
Side deck.
2 Thunder King.
Yep.
For the Agent matchup and the Dino Rabbit matchup, this won me a game against my 3rd Macro Rabbit match of the day. Just because he couldn't go off, you can't see past it. And then I drew Duality, Fiendish Chained, and I got the Duality. It was so nice. Yeah, it's just an amazing card, you couldn't really afford not to play it. 2 Raikou, more or less just to get rid of Macro. Yeah, Macro destroys this deck, so you need to be able to play around it. It's 2 Raikou, the 3rd MST.
Macro.
I took one of the MST out in the end for one of the Veilers, and it didn't hurt. I didn't actually bring in the 3rd MST much, I couldn't find space.
Yeah.
Like, when I was looking to side things in, it just seemed to be more things that were relevant. 2 Defisher for Agents and Mermails.
And the occasional Chaos Dragon you find.
Yeah, it happens occasionally, but it's just for these, like, you can play around it, because Hornet goes to Grave, and you detach to Grave, so it's fine.
And it feeds the Levier plays.
Oh, it feeds Levier so much. But yeah, like, you just drop it and you're more or less winning. 2 Trapstun. I played this over Royal Decree, because I thought...
Your trap lineup was very important.
The trap line is very important. Like, you're playing traps to stop your opponent. You don't want to lock yourself out of them. But also... When you play Decree to get around Macro, you're going to be making a Hornet play. You're either pushing for game, or you're going to get rid of the Macro that turn anyway. So Decree seems very redundant in opposed to Trapstun. And obviously Trapstun, like they're both chainable, but Trapstun's just a 1-turn sort of push card. 2 Gozen, Wind-Ups and Macro Rabbit. Obviously you play everything's dark.
Yeah.
So you don't really care. 2 TT, just for Wind-Up really. There's some of you can't afford not to side into against Wind-Up.
Yeah.
Again,
spammy decks.
Yeah, spammy decks. Things like Mermail as well. If they don't pop it, they overextend into it.
Yeah.
And lastly, 2 Soul Drain. Again, just the Mermail matchup really.
Yeah.
I guess Chaos Dragons, but I probably wouldn't bring it in.
Didn't see any of that.
No, I saw the Mermail, but I didn't see it at all, but obviously it just destroys the deck.
Yeah. So that's your deck list. If there's anything you could change, would you?
Probably not. I can't think of anything that wasn't relevant throughout the day. I'd probably take that third MST out of my sideboard, to be fair. I couldn't fit it in at all.
Anything you'd want to replace it with? Another Reaper or Snowman or something along those lines? Maybe BLS.
Because I do side into four extra lights, so if it's to 6, right, I don't take out the Velox.
If they haven't seen it game 1, it might be a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, they might think, oh, I haven't seen BLS, I haven't seen him any lights, maybe he's not playing it, I won't try to play around it, and then they can lose to it.
Yeah.
So I think I would actually side BLS. And aside from that, the deck did fine. I've just lost to some bad luck, really. I mean, my opponent's opened some quite nice hands, and in the end, you can't do much about it.
Yep. Right, cheers, Ginge.
Yep, thanks for that.